lagi mana ni? Asyik bekerja sini sana tak mahu rumah ke? Orang dah panggil ni. Orang dah call 3 kali dah. Okay.
Okay. Hai semua, apa khabar? Welcome back to OMG. Oh, macam gitu. So basically, OMG ni ialah dibahas oleh bintang kecil dan kita akan membawakan kanak-kanak ataupun anak-anak muda yang mempunyai pengalaman dan juga pelbagai bakat yang mereka ada. So hari ni kita akan membawakan seorang istimewa. Kita tahu daripada parents dia. Kita tahu parents dia ni memang famous sangat. Semua orang memang kenal. Kalau sebut nama parents dia ni, semua orang tahu. And basically dia pun sekarang salah satu, macam mana kita cakap, dia sendiri pun dah ada identiti sendiri dekat dunia hiburan. So kita akan jemputkan Mika.
Hi
Mika. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. Hi korang. It's me, Mika in the house.
Ya, Mika in the house. So actually hari ni saya yang nervous sebenarnya nak berpodcast dengan Mika ni.
Selalunya Mika jarang tau nak dapat orang interviewkan Mika. Tapi macam
selalu Mika pun interview orang.
Before this macam I je yang selalu interview orang. But now dah lain. Wow, best ni macam ni.
Okay, so Mika, hari ni kita bukan sahaja untuk buat Mika sahaja. Kita pun nak kenalkan kenalkan penonton dan juga saya pun nak kenal juga dengan Mika. You look so beautiful actually.
Thank you.
You nampak so tall. So I macam that's kind of nervous actually.
Genetik bapak ya.
Ya
sangat
betul.
kuat.
So basically Mika ni anak kepada Abang Nabil.
Hi guys.
Siapa yang tak tahu lagi.
Kalau yang tak kenal Mika, selalunya korang akan kenal my dad sahaja. Mika ni very low sometimes. But now boleh lah dengan my dad ni
you
sikit.
quite famous apa?
Okay, boleh. Kita maintain macam tu juga.
So selepas ini kita akan mengenali Mika dengan lebih lanjut. Jom ke segmen seterusnya.
Let's go.
So tadi kita dah tahu serba sedikit lah tentang Mika. Tapi kita nak tahu lebih mendalam lagi tentang Mika. Mungkin boleh Mika perkenalkan diri, nama penuh semua pada para penonton. Okay,
boleh. Tapi lepas Mika, abang pula lah.
Boleh, saya pun boleh.
Okay, so nama penuh Mika is Naira Mikaela binti Ahmad Nabil. I am 13 years old and sekarang ni saya sekolah dekat Subang, Asia Pacific. Apa lagi? What else do you guys want to know more about me? I started in this industry I think recently, like baru-baru bulan berapa?
The first one is TCO, right?
Yeah, the first one is Chosen One. So I could say bulan 8 macam tu Mika start. And then lepas tu Mika buat Talk to my manager, which was in September. Now so far I'm not doing anything. Mika dah tak host for now. Sekarang ni Mika buat review and modelling collaboration macam tu.
Modeling.
Yeah.
So kalau kita pergi balik kat TCO tu, that is your first job, right?
Yeah, that is my very first job. Itu adalah paling pertama time Mika bercakap dengan orang, Mika interview orang. So Mika macam very shy at first. Because Mika tak tahu nak cakap apa dengan diorang. Mika tak tahu Mika nak buat apa dengan diorang. Mika tak tahu Mika how to become their TCO sister. Because that's the title Mika dapat in The Chosen One. So Mika very macam, oh my god, apa aku nak buat ni?
So selain daripada you interview mereka semua tu kan dekat TCO, so basically the TCO sister tu stand for what? Apa yang tugas sebenar you dekat TCO?
Okay, so tugas Mika is actually Mika kena help them kalau diorang rasa down or anything. Mika is always there for them. Mika jadilah hiburan diorang ke. Mika jadi their sister, teman-teman dekat situ. Diorang nak pergi toilet, Mika bawa Mika
pergi toilet?
Banyak diorang minta Mika bawa pergi toilet. Mika rasa kau boleh, you can go to the toilet yourself. Like it's right there. Nak juga ikut dah kenapa? Tolonglah Mika ni takut.
Siapa tu sebenarnya? Siapa tu?
Maaf cakap, tak boleh sebut.
Tak boleh sebut. Kalau untuk Mika sendiri lah, cuba Mika describekan 3 words yang memang describekan that is you.
3 words. Apa? Mika tak, I am really not sure what describes me most. Energetic.
Yes.
I can say energetic. What else? Energetic. And then
outspoken.
Yeah, very outspoken. Mika suka cakap. Mika kuat bebel kat rumah, kat sekolah, dengan kawan-kawan, dengan siapa-siapa lah. Mika very talkative. And then one more is I am very kalau dengan adik-adik lah, very motherly.
Oh,
I am the third mother dekat rumah. Even though sometimes kena juga dengan mother, tapi Mika pun kena dengan adik juga.
Mana Kak Zira ada kat situ.
Sorry.
So,
yeah.
kita nak tahu jugalah kalau Mika dekat depan kamera, kita dah nampak that is you. Tapi
Yes.
what if kalau kamera tu off? What you doing? Macam harian you dekat rumah, you buat apa? As a sister, kan? As juga kepada anak, kepada Abang Nabil dan juga Kak Zira. Boleh ceritakan sikit?
Me, off camera, I can say chaos. Mika sangat chaos. Barang Mika memang tiba cakap pasal barang juga ke? Tak apa, itu Mika simpan. Mika boleh katakan garang kadang-kadang dengan adik je. And then me is not very, but I am sort of athletic juga. I do a lot of sports.
I can see.
Thank you. Advantage untuk kita.
So macam I selalu nampak you macam review barang kan, especially like beauty style and skincare.
Yes.
So macam I nak tanya jugalah sebenarnya, nak tanya basically you belajar makeup you sebab I nampak macam very very good looking punya makeup tau. Dia macam very natural punya makeup. So you belajar bermakeup dan juga jaga skincare tu daripada mana sebenarnya?
I akan cakap terang-terang je, I got it from my mom. Before this, I memang akan ambil je mak I punya makeup.
Oh, you ambil je?
Yes, I akan ambil dia punya makeup. And then I think this time was around 6-5 tahun. Mika masuk bilik mami kan, Mika ambil makeup mami, buat kening tebal-tebal, lepas tu pipi, blusher, ambil je semua kan. Eyeshadow punya purple Mika ambil semua. And then lipstick, come on, the original colour is red. Memang warna merah. Mami tengok cakap, ni kenapa anakku macam ni? Ya Allah, apa ni? She looks so shocked with me. She was like, what is going on with my daughter? It's like, betul ke ni anakku?
Basically like you nampak lah your masa kecil tu your mom makeup, so you want to try it out, right?
Yes, of course. Because macam before this, my mom had this one big mirror inside her room. So she would sit there and do her makeup. And I would sit there too and I would look at her doing her makeup. Okay, kalau mami tak ada ni,
Why not?
Why not? We try, experiment. But no, please don't.
So kalau macam skincare, macam basically kalau Nong punya skincare is so basic lah, macam okay, face wash, lepas tu sekarang ni pakai moisturizer je and then sunscreen. How about you? You punya skincare macam mana?
I would say the same thing too. I mean, I akan cuci muka juga and then I would put toner and then I put moisturizer. Oh no, serum lah. Lepas tu moisturizer and then sunscreen. And then that's how I go on.
That's why.
That is one of the, that's how you guys kena jaga kulit lah, macam tu.
Nampak, I can see. I can see that. Okay, so basically kalau kat rumah lah sebagai anak sulung Mika, so macam mana tanggungjawab Mika dekat dalam rumah tu? Rasa macam tanggungjawab tu terlalu besar ke ataupun sebab you dah terbiasa, you macam okay je sebagai anak sulung? Me
as anak sulung, I kakak garang. Sometimes kakak garang. Kalau diorang tak nak kemas bilik ke apa kan, kau kemas sekarang ni?
The level of garang tu macam per 10 berapa?
Per 10, depends macam mana diorang dalam rumah tu. Kalau diorang okay, I'll be like, korang kemas ni, nanti kau mami balik macam mana? Kena bebel lagi. Ni, kemas ni ambil tu. Ni, lap lantai ni. Tu ni.
Sebelum mami yang bebel.
Yes. Tapi I pun kena juga, so tak apalah.
So basically kalau Mika kan, I tak tahulah kan, tapi Mika masa dekat on stage ataupun on camera, ada tak rasa macam nervous ataupun ada rasa macam malu-malu sikit macam sekarang ke? Sebab
oh my god,
sebab Nong sendiri pun rasa macam, sebab this recent lah, baru-baru buat kan, so macam rasa nervous sikit. So macam boleh tak ajar skill dekat Nong macam mana how to conquer that nervous? Ajar skill
how to conquer? It depends on how you want to overcome it. That's how Mika akan cakap lah. Kalau you rasa you can take it, then you're better off doing it. But if you don't know how to maintain it, or you tak tahu macam mana, kalau orang cakap I macam ni semua macam mana, how are they going to, you punya your self feeling and you don't know how to overcome, I'd say best you're better off doing something smaller. Which I'd say you start off buat podcast ni dulu kan. Yeah. So it's better off like this daripada terus you go on stage and then you kena cakap dengan orang. So like macam quite pressuring also. But it's best if you know yourself on stage, know yourself on in front of different people, nak cakap dengan orang macam mana. That's how you do it. Kalau my mom akan cakap dengan I, have a different name on stage. Then that is how you are going to be on stage. Contoh, I don't have a name on stage yet sebab I tak tahu I nak namakan diri I apa. Tapi I would call myself as Mika because I know it's very common, but on stage everyone would call me Mika. So when it comes to me jadi Mika on stage, I akan jadi macam diva tu satu, membebel ikut ke bila mana itu satu. So I am most of being me that is very chaos, bertambah energy and bertambah bebel on stage. Macam tu je.
I see. That's quite a word.
It's
beauty with brain.
Beauty with brain. Okay.
So macam ada tak satu perkara yang macam penonton luar sana tak tahu tentang diri Mika sendiri?
First, I kidal. I am left-handed. Yes, I kidal.
Tapi you pakai sebelah, selalu macam kidal dia akan pakai jam dekat sebelah kanan. Ke memang you dah terbiasa dah?
I dah terbiasa actually. I pakai kiri je, maintain kiri. Tapi bila nak tulis anything, macam tulis karangan kat sekolah ke apa kan, Mika akan buka, letak je atas meja. Because so painful. Hard, Yes, it's painful. So Mika macam, no watch for now. Ni nak kena tulis 500 words ni, tak boleh. I'm off to writing with my own hand. No watch, no anything.
So macam tadi Cik Mika cakap pasal sekolah kan. So how your school, macam mana, this is the first year you sekolah mendengar right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how is it? Beza tak?
The jump is big. Daripada darjah 6 to form 1 is big. But I can keep up with it actually. Because ada kawan tu semua, that's one thing. That's of course you need to have that. But bila masuk form 1 ni, you kena actually focus betul-betul, which I got my mistake already. So I have to focus a lot better now.
So bila orang panggil Mika is anak Nabil kan, apa perasaan pertama yang selalu Mika rasa bila orang panggil, oh tu anak Nabil?
Apakah perasaan Mika? Anak Nabil? It is, I could say it's common. It's common, tapi it's not me yang akan dapat the fame. It's my dad lah. Selalunya orang akan go up to my dad and cakap, oh nak ambil gambar boleh. So tu je lah. And then diorang akan cakap pasal, oh ni anak Nabil lah. Macam tu je. Tapi kalau kat sekolah, Mika is very, kalau diorang tak tanya, diorang tak cakap apa-apa pasal me and my dad, then I keep it off like that.
Nice.
It's like low key lah, gitu.
Tapi you quite famous, so you macam dah tak boleh low key dah.
Tapi kalau yang kat sekolah tu tak tahu, okay lah tu. Because like, yeah, I like being off myself in school. Nanti kawan tanya, kenapa anak Nabi macam ni? Biarlah, orang nak macam ni. Orang nak suka bebel. Right? Yeah. Nanti kawan tanya, ni anak ni, kenapa dia ni? Lepas tu kau marah aku pula. Aduh.
So macam, okay, disebabkan selalu orang panggil anak Nabi. Tapi macam, bagi you sendiri, you more tu siapa? Siapa yang you paling rapat? Adakah dua-dua ataupun salah seorang? Abang Nabil ataupun Kak Zia?
I am more close off to my mom, actually. My dad pun I close juga. But what I would talk about with my dad is, we both like Formula 1. Maaf cakap, I orang Formula 1 je. You sorry. So I watch Formula 1 with my dad. Sometimes when it comes to sukan, I akan cakap dengan my dad. When it comes to hosting in front of stage, semua is with my dad juga. So anything off to the entertainment, to sports, I would talk with him even though dia tak berapa on sports juga. Mana tahu I cakap dengan dia suka juga ke. It's like that. But if with my mom, I would talk more on school friends. I would talk more on makeup, baju, all the girly punya talk semua.
So basically both of them give another thing.
Yeah, equal lah dua-dua.
So tadi kita ada tanya tentang your personal life lah kan. So
yes,
kita beralih pula pada you punya kerjaya semua. So basically the first question lah for you. Okay, what do you think about Nepo Baby? Sebab orang netizen dekat luar sana, dia fikir macam, oh you masuk industri ni sebab ada kabel, sebab you punya father. So what do you think about that?
Kalau ada opportunity dah depan mata, ambil je lah. Siapa kata tak boleh? You already have it. So like,
takkanlah kita nak lepaskan pula kan peluang tu.
Exactly. Like, dah depan mata you dah, diorang dah minta you. Okay, sure, why not? I'll go for it. But there are the pros and cons. You dapat at a young age semua, you dapat duit masuk lah. Tapi the cons is that you have to improve your skills. Tak semestinya you buat depan kamera, lepas tu the rest semua tu you boleh biasa-biasa. You dah, oh kita tanya ni je lah, oh okay dah, tu je dah settle, oh, okay bye. It's not always like that. You have to fix your skills. I cakap depan orang sometimes pun salah juga.
Biasa,
so,
that's normal.
Yeah, that's normal, right? It's human being, memang macam tu lah kan. And I am most likely to, kalau nepo babies, it's come on, I'm already, I
Born
dah
with it.
exactly. Tak, of course lah, ada title tu.
Tapi actually I tahu juga sebenarnya yang TCO tu you audition juga, right, untuk jadi the sister, right?
Yes, I did. I had to say a speech. I had to tell what was the point and what is the reason of me becoming a TCO sister. Kenapa I kena dapat this, why I kena fight for this position. And Alhamdulillah I dapat juga, which I was very happy about because all the contestant kat situ memang fun, memang boleh get along laju.
So basically dia bukanlah guna kabel pun, basically Mika tak guna kabel, so dia kena pergi audition, ada casting semua tu, barulah dia boleh masuk dekat industri, right?
Yeah.
It's not that ayah dia Abang Nabil, so dia macam boleh masuk macam tu je. It's not like that.
So, before this pun I ada masuk kelas dengan Pak Nil, how I should cakap dengan orang, how to interview people, how I should find appropriate jokes lah on how to cakap dengan dorang. And before this pun I ada masuk dalam sekolah punya juga. I ada belajar sikit-sikit in school. I pun ada masuk production. I pun acting juga macam tu untuk sekolah.
Mika bukan masuk macam tu menonong je. Bukan
I am
sebab
not
kabel.
divas. I am not divas. Kalau nak masuk macam ni lah je lah. Tapi I adalah some certain of attitude macam tu.
We need that attitude actually, kan, dalam industri ni. So kalau dalam industri ni lah, apa cabaran paling besar yang Mika pernah hadap dekat program ataupun penggambaran?
Cabaran paling besar. What is the cabaran? I have to talk to famous people. Like talk to my manager tu, I have to talk dengan orang tu, lepas tu I tersalah bual. So I had to overcome that in some type of way to not, yeah.
Faham? So,
I kena
sebab
ni
kadang-kadang netizen ni dia tak tahu apa yang berlaku. So macam, yalah, mereka akan judge lah apa yang kita buat.
Betul.
Tapi in a way, daripada situ kita learn from our mistake. So
Yeah,
we being
I
better.
did. I learned a lot actually. In school pun I dah jaga macam mana I nak cakap dengan cikgu dah semua. Are you happy with me, teachers? I hope you tengok lah.
So kan, Mika ada tak rasa tekanan daripada bila orang cakap bandingkan Mika dengan ayah sendiri? Ada tak that kind of pressure?
Tekanan. No, but even if ada pun, y'all should know that I'm only 13. It's not like I'm 41 like my dad juga. My dad dah experience lama. Sorry guys. My dad dah terbiasa. Of course my dad dah biasa. He already started masa 2009, if I'm right. Am I right? 2008, 2009, around that range lah he started. And then I baru start like earlier this year. So like y'all should know that I'm still a newbie in the industry.
Still learning. Sama lah kita.
Yes,
Sama lah
newbies we start macam slow, you know.
So macam kalau dekat dalam TCO dengan TMM tu kan. So mana lagi yang you rasa macam heavy dan juga mana satu lagi yang fun dekat dalam tu?
Okay, that one is easy. TCO, but like they're both fun. I'm not gonna say which one's not fun, which one is fun. They do ada pros and cons. For me, TCO is very laid back, sangat laid back because dah ada cue card. So I boleh just baca. And also
pre-record, right?
Yeah, and it's a recording, so I can just read from the card and kalau I tersalah bual or anything, they can record balik and diorang boleh potong-potong semua. Tapi kalau TTMM tu, I kena I kena laju-laju sebab dia ikut time dorang. And then I kena lari patah balik depan belakang. I have to interview the new artist yang baru keluar lagu, yang baru masuk the industry. That is how TTMM is. You kena patah balik depan belakang just to dapat that timing right and which artist you have to interview to. But both is fun. I love both. Both very different experiences which I love the most. Trying new things.
Actually, for me that is kind of good experience yang sangat besar lah sebab macam masa I 13 tahun I buat apa duduk tepi longkang. Duduk tepi longkang. Macam you, I very proud lah sebab you 13 tahun dan you already in industry and you boleh bawa benda tu.
Oh, thank
So kan,
you.
sepanjang pengalaman setakat ni, apa yang momen yang you rasa you bangga dengan diri sendiri?
Moment yang I paling bangga is that I get to finish both of the seasons yang I buat tu, TTMM dengan Chosen One tu, with the happiness and the vibe yang I dapat go on with from both. So contohnya daripada Chosen One tu, I dah slowly macam, I think I can interview people more better. And then bila I masuk TTMM tu, rasa macam, oh my god, it's kind of frustrating because you have to lari nak kena ke sini and then you kena ke belakang. You kena interview which artist ni semua. So for me, both is quite the biggest achievements I had this year throughout, yeah.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you and
I'm so
congrats
proud.
to you juga. You dapat you cakap podcast ni
Yeah.
first time
First time
ya.
kan? First time. So macam kalau you ada show sendirilah, what kind of show you want?
What kind of show?
Ah.
To be honest, I would want to do a podcast juga. Because it's kind of fun. You dapat cakap dengan people yang just a santai-santai talk. Oh, I think that's a good title. Okay, let's go on with that.
Santai-santai
Got
talk,
that
let's go.
already. Got that
Next
already.
year.
Soon.
So macam kalau Mika, macam mana you balance the dunia hiburan kan and also dengan pembelajaran you?
How I balance it? Sometimes I boleh put both of them in one. So contoh, I akan dapat opportunity nak host, nak jadi MC sekolah. So I would take the things that I belajar from TTMM, TCO and Partner juga, I masukkan dalam hosting for sekolah. Any events, MC, DIY ke apa ke, I akan cakap. I would speak for them. I would be a very good morning to macam tu. MC. So kita start MC juga dekat sekolah. And then I would act too. I pernah join this acting.
Is it in the school?
Yeah, I did one in school and I did one for bangsawan jugalah. Both school punya. So satu is the Melayu one, another one is the English alien type one.
Okay,
But both is fun.
So kalau, sebab you tadi you kata you pengacara, lepas tu ada berlakon.
Yes.
So kalau diberi pilihan, you lebih minat ke arah mana? Pengacara, pelakon ataupun ada bidang lain yang you rasa dalam industri yang you nak masuk?
Wow. If I had an option to pick, dua-dua dapat. How I suka dua-dua. I love having a character actually. I love bercakap. I love having a diva, an attitude. And I just love both. But to have an option to pick, I actually would not know. But I think I would go for acting. Boleh lah. Drama-drama sikit. So
Since you mentioned acting kan, so what kind of character that you want to bring?
what kind of character I would want to bring? Macam mana I nak jadi? I nak yang jadi macam yang very chaos. Kalau on TV or anything kan, orang akan tahu. I want people to know that I am very chaos. You give me a makcik kelang kabut punya ke apa, I boleh buat.
Cuba try sikit, cuba tunjuk.
Mari kita start. Hang buat apa ni? Hang nak pergi mana ni? Hang asyik bekerja sini sana tak madu rumah ke? Hang dah panggil ni, hang dah call 3 kali dah Okay.
Okay, boleh ambil dia ni, sila. Okay. Boleh. I tak expect pula.
Ya Allah. But
Okay.
yes.
Okay, that's new for me.
That's new for me also.
So you want to be that kind of chaos? Kalau
Yes. Because it's fun. I think orang jadi macam tu, ya Allah, bestnya. I actually like that type of energy. I love that
Is
chaos.
it like macam Kak Lina Pom-Pom punya vibe?
Boleh. Boleh sangat. I can try to be her mini me macam tu. Boleh cuba sikit-sikit. Tiru-tiru dia macam tu. But my dad boleh juga. But I want to become the, cerita orang minyak tu yang dia jadi tu. Yeah, I would want to be that.
You want to be orang minyak? Oh, that wanita ke apa?
The one yang dia terbang tu. I don't know what's the part. Oh, Ponti. Oh, sorry. Bukan orang minyak. Ponti.
Saya nak jadi orang minyak.
Oh, So yes, that one. I nak terbang juga. Terbang merpati.
Takutlah. That's your want to be.
Maybe if I get the chance to, yes, I would want to be that.
Why not, right? Why
Yes. Mana tahu jadi set selalu mana boleh. Have the fun.
Okay, so kalau macam in the future, right? Do you want to go for Dewi Remaja?
Dewi Remaja, wow. Maybe, yes. I do want to. Boleh lah jadi macam
Kak Zira
model-model
izinkan ke Kak
sikit.
Zira? Kak Zira. Okay, dah ada green light.
Yeah, I got a green light. Boleh. I nak try jadi model sikit. I nak.
Dalam masa 5 hingga 10 tahun akan datang lah.
Yes.
Mungkin Mika boleh bayangkan tak diri Mika berada di tak mana, apa yang Mika lakukan, capai ke cita-cita dalam masa tu, boleh tak you bayangkan and cerita dekat para penonton? In the 5 or 10 years.
In another 5 or 10 years, to be honest, sekarang ni I dah start thinking about I nak ambil stream apa, I nak fokus study apa, which is science. I nak ambil science stream and science because in the future I do want to become a dermatologist. I nak jadi pakar kulit, you all.
Faham.
Yes.
Dah nampak dah sikit-sikit.
Yes. You tanya I, salicylic acid tu apa? Glycolic acid tu apa? Cakap je dengan I boleh lah bagi you the key points, what it's for, tu semua.
So kalau tiba-tiba macam ada orang minta job buat live host untuk skincare punya ni, you masuk?
I'm down. Of course, I am available. Skincare apa-apa, I ada. Sebab kalau you tengok dalam bilik I ada satu drawer ni. I have this one drawer filled of skincare. Daripada mana pun tak tahu. Daripada bila masa I ada ni pun tak tahu. Tapi ada je dalam drawer tu. It is always there. I pakai treat pakai pun boleh. My mom punya pun pakai juga. Sorry lah. Try. It's experiment. Yang mana yang bagus lah.
So basically dalam this kind of industry and also your decision,
Yes.
how about your parents, family, macam mana dia punya support?
For bab belajar ni, it's very strict. I will be very frank right now. It's very strict. Yang dermatologist ni pun my dad yang minta I buat because mana tahu dalam bidang ni I tak dapat nak hold lama-lama. At least I have another side job yang I boleh buat, which is the dermatologist tu lah. And I think I'd suit better off going as a dermatologist because I love skincare.
Yeah.
Mana tahu in another few more years, 10, 12 years, I akan keluarkan a skincare product. I akan ada klinik ke mana tahu.
Apa nama agak dia? You nak letak nama apa?
I pun tak tahu. I actually don't know, but my parents, my mom and my dad ada cakap there's this one time in the car on the way nak pergi makan. They were like, kalau ada nama for your clinic tu, it should be Ika Ika, is it? I don't know lah, something like Dr. Ko tapi Ika clinic macam tu lah, macam tu. I'm not sure, but like soon I will think about it, I guess.
So macam sekarang ni kita macam ada akta baru yang basically 16 tahun ke bawah tak boleh nak pegang social media. So macam your parents and also you, macam mana korang react dengan that akta?
Let me be straight up right now.
Okay.
Apa yang diorang cakap, elok lah tu you tak ada phone ni semua, you tak payah nak pegang social media, elok lah tu baca buku tu. That is what they've been telling me recently. And my dad And my dad pun macam, elok lah tu. Tak payah nak pegang phone, tak payah ni semua. Because pun I dapat phone on the weekends juga. Sekarang ni pun I tak ada phone. So I only get phone on weekends. So diorang macam, elok lah tu. Kau baca lah buku tu. Conteng lah katil tu lah, ni semua. Tulis lah matematik lah, sains ni semua ni, sejarah ni. Kau baca betul-betul. Macam tu.
I tak boleh bayangkan Abang Nabil macam mana dekat rumah. Tapi macam for you lah, dia ada beza tak dekat macam in industry dan juga rumah? Adakah berbeza ataupun dia sama je?
He's loud. He's fun juga. He's fun. And kalau strict tu, strict lah. Very strict, very straightforward dia garang tu. Yang mana I tak dapat nak perform or anything, dia akan marah lah. Dia cakap, kita dah bagi cikgu ni semua, kenapa you tak nak buat betul-betul? Dia dah marah macam tu lah.
Which is good lah. Kalau ditegur tu, for me lah, kalau kena tegur dengan parents tu, is still good. Kalau tak kena tegur tu, there's something wrong there.
True.
Kalau tiba-tiba diorang tak bercakap dengan kita, adalah tu something
I
wrong.
pun takut sebenarnya. Kalau tak buat benda betul lah, akan macam diam kan. Ada macam, ya Allah.
Nanti kita yang questioning, apa yang kita ada salah apa?
Aku solat dululah, bye. Macam tu.
So kalau Mika, kalau Mika sendiri lah, Mika utamakan pelajaran dulu ataupun kerjaya dulu?
The way I was taught, I have to take pelajaran dulu. Because kerja ni, it depends on how you are semua tu. Tapi kalau belajar ni, it has to be a number one priority. Kalau you tak ada benda ni, you akan cepat tertipu. That is how my mom and my dad cakap dengan I. I akan cepat tipu.
Betul.
I tak tahu. Because I don't want to be when I'm 40 years old, I akan sambung belajar. I don't want that. When I'm 40 years old, I nak berfun-fun. I dapat peluh kot. I nak buat apa je kat rumah. Tengok TV lah tu semua. So macam I don't want to go patah balik masuk uni and then belajar, ambil diploma tu semua. Because I don't think that kalau my parents tengok I macam tu, diorang akan happy lah. Because they want to be macam, masih, well you have the time right now, go do whatever you want. Tapi you kena ingat belajar tu nombor satu. But at the same time, you're allowed to do the things that you want to do. But
like
just
keep balance.
Yes, just know that your belajar has to be balance. Your
that
belajar has to be
the first
up.
priority.
Yeah, betul.
Ramai lah budak-budak muda sekarang kan, basically macam, diorang nak jadi influencer sebab dia nampak dekat TikTok, social media. Ataupun nak jadi live streamer sebab macam itu ialah benda yang mudah dan tak perlu pelajaran. So what do you think about that?
I think for me, they're gonna balance. Because like I said, belajar is priority. Kalau you tak ada belajar ni, you nak ke mana pun you tak tahu. Because it is everyone kena ada ni. Kalau you nak cantik pun, you need to have the brain too. Like you said, beauty with brain. Yeah, you need the beauty with brain.
Say you beauty with brain.
Bab-bab cakap je aku macam ni. Yang ke belakang kan tak tahu lah macam mana. Tu je I cakap yang betul.
Betul lah, sebab kalau kita tanpa pelajaran pun, benda tu macam, kalau contoh streaming, benda tak lama pun. What if kalau benda tu tiba-tiba stop? So what do you do without your education? Without a diploma, without SPM, degree? So benda-benda tu ialah benda yang crucial in Malaysia untuk kita cari kerja. So kalau tanpa benda tu macam, kita nak buat apa lepas tu kalau benda ni tamat?
Yeah.
That's the thing when we study.
Betul. In my opinion juga, kalau nak jadi influencer ni, it's easy. You're just gonna talk in front of a camera and that's it. You tak akan tahu macam nak berbual or how to mingle around with new people. Orang yang mana tahu just is always there for you. Mana tahu is just, tu je, influencer je. Tak pandai macam ni semua. You tak nak orang ada fikir macam tu kan dengan you. So macam, of course, you need to have the equalization of all. The belajar kena ada, the influencer punya mood tu pun ada. Like, kena. Because in the future, mana tahu you bermingle-mingle dengan orang-orang ni kan, while you tengah influencer juga macam tu, it's easier for your life because mana tahu these people akan tolong you juga. Mana tahu these people yang you tengah best friend, berborak-borak, berapat as always, might be the help that you need for your kerja ke, for your influencer ni ke apa ke, mana tahu. Tengok how it is. But it's always you have to, it's good for your critical thinking skills. It's good for your critical thinking skills. Sebab dunia ni banyak orang yang baik, banyak orang yang jahat. You just have to be careful with who you're with. That's all I'm saying.
Connection is important too, right?
Yes. Jangan jadi macam I ni kejap dah tahu dia jahat, nak juga kahwin dengan dia.
Tak semua orang sama je. I pun sama je. Pesanan lah untuk remaja-remaja dan adik-adik di luar sana, untuk jangan takut untuk cuba benda baru, jangan takut untuk ceburi benda yang kita minat. Pesanan kepada penonton.
Kepada semua rakan-rakan saya semua, termasuk diri sendiri saya juga, you guys kena feel free to do what you guys want to do. You guys should always tahu yang what you guys suka. Don't hold yourself back, because this opportunity ikut rezeki orang. Kejap ada, kejap tak ada. So kalau dah ada tu, you guys just take it and buat sepenuh baiknya. And one more is, jangan lupa study. That's all I'm going to say. One more.
That's important.
Jangan lupa study. Study is priority. Kalau you ada benda ni, I akan cakap you're going to be the most happiest person sampai lah bila-bila. Because it's everyone punya, I rasa everyone nak benda ni. Even though you guys tak tunjuk, tapi everyone mesti nak. Like me, I pun nak juga. I tengok kawan-kawan I semua yang straight A semua, I feel like I want it too, and I'm gonna try my best to buat sepuas baiknya. Then tu je lah. Just remember your studies and know what you guys want to do in the future and everything.
Sebab for me juga, macam belajar tu actually adalah kita punya salah satu ibadah dekat dunia ni. So macam benda tu, sambil-sambil kita belajar, sambil-sambil tu kita dapat pahala. So that is actually important lah in our life.
Yeah. One more is, jangan lupa solat. Yang mana?
Jangan lupa solat.
Yang mana?
Ya Allah.
Jangan lupa solat.
Semoga kita semua sentiasa menjaga solat. Amin.
Amin.
So thank you so much for today. Kita dah sampai penghujung dah.
Yay. Thank you interview Mika juga.
Susah sebenarnya dapat Mika ni, sebab dia time tu dia tengah sekolah. So macam tak ada masa lah. Ni baru free, barulah kita dapat.
Tengah cuti sekolah.
So you ada preparation for the next year punya ni tak?
Preparation for next year school sem. I do. I dah start. I kena lock in betul-betul.
Tapi sekarang dia start balik on January, right? Macam dulu.
Ya, dah start balik on January.
So korang cuti sekolah berapa minggu je? Tak sampai sebulan lah.
Ya, tak sampai.
Okay.
It's okay. Tapi kita akan cuti juga on January.
Thank you so much again kerana datang.
Thank you so much ajak Mika for this podcast.
And InsyaAllah kita jumpa in the future.
InsyaAllah.
Jangan lupa untuk follow Mika juga. What is your IG and TikTok?
What is my TikTok is Michaela AAA kat belakang. Tu je.
Also Instagram lah sama.
Yeah, Instagram pun sama. You just try like that. Itu sahaja.
Okay semua, jangan lupa untuk like, share dan komen our YouTube Bintang Kecil, dan follow kita punya social media. Jumpa lagi di episod akan datang. Bye bye.
Bye bye.